Welcome back to Claire's Clues. On today's video, we'll be talking about the book As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. So even though this book was published in 1903, it's still extremely relevant to everyone today. There are 7 lessons in this book and they're mostly based in mindset. So let's start with lesson 1. Lesson 1 being that your mind is like a garden. So what you put into it, the seeds that you plant in your mind are exactly what you will get out of it. But if we don't plant it all, or we plant the wrong seeds, what we will find is nothing but weeds. So this can be likened to planting positive thoughts and planting negative thoughts. So if we plant the right thoughts and we cultivate the right things in ourselves, what we will find is a positive return. But if we're planting the wrong seeds, the negative thoughts that we all do think now and then, you'll find that you'll have a negative result. And all of this will start to show physically. So, as he said, we can cultivate our minds. We can cultivate them intellectually and intelligently, or we can neglect them. Whichever we choose, there will be results either way, whether it's positive or negative. So to do this, we need to start planting the right kinds of seeds, the right kind of positive thinking. So you need to start constantly learning. We need to open our minds to new things, seek new things, find new adventures, find out information that you're not quite sure of yet or you haven't heard of. Because there's always new things to learn. And so long as we're always learning, there'll always be something new to discover. Second of all is we need to take action. By taking action on what we've just learnt, you've applied the knowledge. And knowledge isn't power until you've applied it. So by taking that knowledge and making it in application, therefore you have real knowledge. Not just throwaway knowledge. And also we need to start thinking better. We need to think positively. We need to have a good mindset and a good outlook on things. Because if we don't, like I said, it'll start to show physically. You'll start to see that your attitude and your body language towards your friends, your family, people you work with, it will all start to turn negative. So Bill Gates once said, if you are born poor, it's not your fault. But if you die poor, that is definitely your fault. Because we are in control of our lives. We have the option to change things. And if we don't, and we die the same way we were born, being poor, then that's on us. Because throughout our life, we've had the opportunities either given to us or that have arisen, and we haven't taken them. Or we've done the wrong things with them. But we can change all of that with a mindset. All you've got to do is start thinking positively. And I don't just mean like, oh, it's a good day, oh, I feel good today, whatever it might be. You need to think things like, oh, I can do this, no matter what the work is. Even if you usually think, oh, I'll never do it, I'll never succeed. Start thinking like, no matter what, I'm going to make it. I'm going to get through this. I'm going to be successful. You need to start thinking positively. So plant the seeds of success, because that's where we should all begin. Now, lesson 2 talks about how the body is a servant of the mind. So no matter what we think, you will find that the fruits of our thoughts will become fruition and they'll become reality. So if you think that you're not worth it, or, you're not going to make it in whatever business or, company that you're in, you'll find that you're not going to make it. You'll find that you will start to physically show that you're not capable, or your body will start to give you signs that, that it's not going to work out. So at the thought of negative thinking, at the beginning of negative thinking, I should say, what we find is that body can quite rapidly sink into disease, decay, or we can sink into depression. I'm sure a lot of us have been there. But at the command of positive thinking, by switching that around and making it positive and having a good outlook on things, what we find is that our body follows suit. Our mental health will fall into line, and we will start to see that we look better, we sound happier, that you will start to feel better in the mornings and throughout the whole day. And this will happen day after day after day, and it all starts with thinking. See, our thoughts, our mind is a very powerful thing. So if we believe that we're sick, we can actually make ourselves sick. But if we believe that we're healthy and that we're doing well, we will actually see that you'll start to feel better. So don't tell yourself the negative things that we all like to think. Tell yourself the positive things that we know we're capable of doing. So moving on to lesson 3, what I can say is thought crystallizes into habit and habit solidifies into circumstances. So how he breaks this down is number 1, he says write out your thoughts and write them down first thing in the morning. So it could be affirmations, and an affirmation is something you affirm yourself of every day. So tell yourself, today I'm going to be successful. Today I'm going to, finish whatever task I had set for the day. Whatever it might be for you, make sure you write it down and repeat it over and over and over again. This is how we make success happen. Number 2, he says, understand the long-term benefits of health and wealth. So, excuse me. Understanding the long-term benefits of health and wealth means that if we start now, if we look at the big picture and we think, oh, I want to end up there and I want to look like this and I want to have a lifestyle like this, it needs to start now. It needs to start with your health and wealth and understand the benefits of them, because longevity is what you could get out of it. Or you could be very happy and successful and have a great family and grandkids or whatever it might be, or you've increased your friend group, or there are multiple options for this. But understand the long-term benefits of it, because there's nothing but benefits to it. And thirdly and lastly, associate pain with bad habits. So for all your bad habits, associate a pain that goes with them. Whether it be, and I'm not saying be miserable, be sad, but do something that associates pain with the habit that you don't want to keep. So therefore, you're not repeating the cycle of doing the same thing time and time again. Now, moving on to lesson 4, he talks about aimlessness is a vice. And what he means by this, he says, until thought is linked with purpose, there is no intelligent accomplishment. Sorry, tongue-tied today. So he goes, how do you find your purpose? Well, you go out, you start exploring, you do things, you learn new things, you meet new people. That's how we find our purpose. Because in the process, it also helps us eliminate the things that we don't want in life, the things we don't want to do. And that way we find what we're truly good at, the things that we have strengths in and those that we have weaknesses in. Now, we can always work on our weaknesses, but we can also cultivate our strengths. And we should be cultivating both, but one is definitely easier than the other for some people. But no matter what, they go hand in hand. So find your strengths, cultivate them, find your weaknesses and work on them. Bring them up to be a strength. That way you are at no fault of yourself or someone else. Now moving on to lesson 5, he talks about none but himself can alter his condition. So what he talks about here and what he means is that a strong man cannot help a weaker man unless he is willing to help himself first. So you might have heard this before. You cannot help someone unless they want to be helped in the first place. You can move all the obstacles out of their way, you can do whatever it is, you can do backflips if it'll help them. But the thing is, they have to want to be saved in the first place. They have to want your help. Because without it, they're not going to be fully committed to wanting to help you help them, if that makes any sense. Alright, so lesson 6, guys, is gifts are fruit of effort, not of luck. So everyone has the power to be gifted or talented, but it's up to them to put in the effort. So if you're not putting in the effort to be gifted or talented, because we can all achieve greatness of some degree, some level, however you want to name it, label it, tag it, we can all achieve some version of it. But the thing is, we have to put in at least 1% of the effort to kickstart it all off, to get it started. We've got to put in the beginning effort. And believe me, the effort in the beginning is going to be far greater than what you're going to need to keep it going. But it's all worth it. It's definitely all worth it. And lesson 7, so last but not least, he talks about how calmness of the mind is basically a jewel of wisdom. Because you'll find that calm people have self-control. Self-control is a big thing for people that, I'm sorry, I'm lost for words here. So I'll start that again, actually. Self-control leads to calmness. So if you have self-control of your emotions, of your thoughts, of your physical actions, you'll find that you become a very calm person. And you'll find even more so that people will be attracted to you. And I don't mean romantically, I mean emotionally attracted to you or physically attracted to you in some degree. So these people that have self-control, they stand out amongst the crowd. You can pick them a mile away because they are not self-centered, but self-assured. They're sure of their actions, of their beliefs, of what they say. So these people are very important. And if you know a few, you might know a few. And if you don't, there's plenty of them out there. Get to know these people because they can change your life. So they control their tempers, things like that, and they can embrace positivity, which is exactly what we all need in our lives. We need someone who can embrace the best parts of us. So to quickly summarize, guys, this book has 7 lessons. Lesson 1, your mind is like a garden. Lesson 2, your body is a servant to your mind. So whatever it is you're thinking, your body will enact those thoughts, whether you mean to or not. Lesson 3 being that your thoughts crystallize into habit, and that habit solidifies into circumstance. So whatever it is you're thinking that becomes a habit, that habit will definitely become your reality. Now, lesson 4, aimlessness is a vice. It talks about how it's linked with purpose and there's no intelligent accomplishment. And he talks about how if you find a purpose, in the first place, you need to go out and explore. Have a look around, see the things that you like, see the things that you don't, and start weaning out the things that you don't want in your life so you can start cultivating the right things, the positive things. Lesson 5 is nobody himself can alter his condition, meaning that we cannot help another until we help ourselves or that person wants to be helped. Lesson 6, gifts of fruit are effort, not luck. Therefore, we need to start putting in the effort ourselves because things just don't magically appear. Money doesn't grow on trees. Therefore, unfortunately, we do need to put in that little bit of effort in the beginning because what you'll find is that that bit of effort in the beginning will start to cultivate over time and it'll compound and you'll find that your end result will be far greater than your expectations sometimes. And lesson 7 being calmness of the mind is that of beautiful jewels of wisdom. So if we are calm internally, you'll find that people will start being attracted to you. The good things in life will be attracted to you. So it all starts with mindset, guys. If you start thinking positively, you can get things off to the right start. Well, that's all for now. I'll leave you with that. We'll be making plenty more of these videos for this personal development. For this training series and your personal development. But for now, that's all. I look forward to seeing you next time in Claire's Clues. Bye!